Today we'll be discussing how Dominik was spotted with a former member of the WWE Divas roster. We'll also take a look at the uncertainty around Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair, and even Edge's Wrestlemania decision as well. Let's start things off with the Dominik story. Who was Dominik spotted with? Dominik Mysterio was recently spotted with all-time WWE great Torrie Wilson. Torrie Wilson was the one to post the picture along with several other backstage images from the Royal Rumble locker room. Also included in the picture of Torrie and Dominik was Rey Mysterio and Shelton Benjamin. Torrie Wilson had this to say in the post. "Dear Diary, just a few pics with some of the people I adore while crashing the Royal Rumble yesterday. Longtime friends or new ones. It's simply lovely that something so fun can bond us like family for life. More shares on my stories, and I'm bummed I missed so many others I adore. What an honor to share the ring with all 30 of these women even for a moment. It brings me to tears to see how far they have come. Each one so unique, beautiful, and talented in their own way. And even cooler to see how sweet they all are. Love you guys." That wasn't the only headline that Dominik and Rey Mysterio were involved in with this week. Rey Mysterio and Dominik revealed this week that they had tested positive back in December, and now it makes more sense why the Mysterio family completely vanished in the month of December. Reports were obviously wrong. No one made any mention of them being sick. They just assumed it was a creative issue, which we now know wasn't exactly true. The Mysterio family had to battle through this and deal with this situation in December, and that's why they all went missing. It's also safe to assume that's why Murphy went missing as well. He was obviously around the Mysterio family at the time, so maybe he was sidelined for protocol reasons as well. The Mysterio family disappearance is something that we've been covering a lot, so we finally have the reason for the December absence. They were just all very sick, but they're doing much better now. Rey and Dominik have both returned and are picking up from where they last left off at in December, and maybe Murphy and Aaliyah will be back in eventually as well. Let's talk about the 2021 Royal Rumble winners, because we might not get the matches that we're just automatically assuming we'll get. In years past, WWE always advertised the fact that the Royal Rumble winner can select any world title from any brand and compete for that title at Wrestlemania. Even though it was advertised as the winner will be able to select one of these three titles, the winner usually just went with the world title of whatever brand they were on. If the winner was a Raw superstar, they'll go for the Raw world title. If the winner was a Smackdown superstar, they'll usually go for the Smackdown world title. That's usually how it went. So there was the mystery behind what title are they going to pick, because you just knew they were going to go with their own brand's world title. Well, to WWE's credit, we saw one of the first big unexpected swerves last year, where Charlotte actually selected to face Rhea Ripley for the NXT world title. That was actually a bit unexpected. We all thought that she was just going to face the Raw champion, so it was a nice surprise. Well, now we have two new winners this year with Edge and Bianca Belair. Edge is a Raw superstar, and Bianca Belair is a Smackdown superstar. So will they just settle for their own brand's title again? There's a chance we'll see another big swerve selection from either Edge or Bianca. When Bianca Belair first won, fans were going crazy on social media, just assuming that this means we'll see the big dream match of Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair. A match fans have been dreaming about for months. And what better stage than WrestleMania to finally have this dream matchup at? We've only seen Sasha Banks and Bianca interact a few times on TV, but it was always friendly interactions and serving as a tag team partner with each other. We've never seen them go at it with each other one-on-one, and that's why fans have been patiently waiting for this match. Two SmackDown women that are on a massive hot streak right now. Sasha Banks has been winning non-stop and is currently having one of her best title reigns, while Bianca Belair is also on fire and obviously coming off this massive Royal Rumble win. It'll be a collision of two women that refuse to lose, and it would be such a great match and story. But reports claim that WWE isn't fully sold on Bianca selecting Sasha Banks quite yet. It's not a sure thing the way fans believe it is right now. Reports claim that there's still a chance Bianca Belair could actually select Asuka. It's a realistic possibility. Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair would be magical, and could honestly main event WrestleMania if they really put in the time to build up and hype. But there's just one major problem for Bianca Belair. It doesn't seem like Sasha would be losing the title at WrestleMania. Sasha is now over 100 days in her title reign, but she's only feuded with Carmella thus far, so it doesn't seem like Sasha would drop the title so soon at WrestleMania. But if Bianca Belair selects to challenge Asuka at WrestleMania, then Bianca would have a much larger chance of actually pulling off a win and taking home a title at WrestleMania. That seems to be the big difference in her two options right now. Facing Sasha Banks is a massive blockbuster matchup, but you have to assume that Sasha Banks would come out on top there. But if she selects Asuka, then she'll have a much better chance at actually winning the title. Same thing goes for Edge. The obvious choice is for Edge to face Drew McIntyre, but it doesn't seem like that's going to happen. Edge will now have to take some trips to NXT and Smackdown and actually take a look at all of his options. Although he always wanted to feud with Finn, it seems like Edge could be leaning towards Roman Reigns and the Universal title. Edge will main event WrestleMania since he won the Royal Rumble, but who else would WWE love to have in their main event of WrestleMania? The answer is obviously Roman Reigns. So if Edge selects Roman Reigns, you get the best of both worlds. The Royal Rumble winner is in the main event, and Roman Reigns is in the main event as well. That seems to be why everyone is starting to believe that Edge will select Roman Reigns. WWE will also have the opportunity to advertise it as a spear versus spear, again like they wanted to with Goldberg versus Roman Reigns. And the great thing about Roman's character is that it's so easy to ignite him and fire him up for a feud. With Edge selecting him, Roman Reigns would probably be extremely offended and see it as a disrespect that Edge thinks he could step up to him and threaten him for the title. The promos between Roman, Edge, and Paul Heyman would be insanely amazing. This could be really something special if Edge does select the Universal title. It's not the Roman Reigns vs. Rock dream match that everyone wanted, but Roman Reigns vs. Edge seems like it'll be just as interesting. The story would obviously be amazing as well. So that's a good thing about the Royal Rumble winners nowadays. We don't actually know who they're going to select. They can go to the predictable route and choose the champion of their brand, or they could go the unpredictable route and choose the opposite brand or even NXT. It's enjoyable, and it actually makes the whole process of the winner selecting their opponents more fun because they can go in any direction. But what are your thoughts on this situation when it comes to Edge and Bianca Belair's decision for WrestleMania? It seems like the community is a bit split on who Edge should select. There's a lot of mixed responses from the fans on who Edge should select, but like we mentioned before, the community seems to agree with each other for when it comes to Bianca Belair's decision. Everyone really wants to see Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair. So, will WWE give the fans that match at WrestleMania, or will they hold off for a bit longer? Possibly until SummerSlam? We don't know for the time being. Who do you think Edge and Bianca should select for their WrestleMania 37 matches? And what did you think of everything Rey Mysterio and Dominik revealed as well? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like below if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.